Welcome back to Romantasy Chaos HQ, the podcast. We are Avery and Xavier Harleston, healthcare professionals by day, romantasy theorists, and aspiring authors by night. Today we have a special bonus episode for you, but first, this is your warning. There will be spoilers for the entire Empyrean series. If you have not read all 3 books, it may be time to turn back. We are not rated E for everyone. Xavier has a degree in cussing, and he's not afraid to use it. And we do discuss any and all adult topics covered in these books. Today, we are joined by one of the Romantasy Chaos HQ community members, Hayley, who you may know as TribeFit UK. Welcome. Tell us about yourself.
I am from England. I'm a personal trainer, a mummy of 2. And I love fantasy books and have done since I was probably about 5 or 6 years old.
Oh, I love that. What was the first fantasy book you remember reading?
The Phoenix and the Carpet, I think. Oh. And the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe as well.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yes. We used to, when we would be on long trips with the kids, we had the audiobooks and we would play the whole series in the car. But because they're so good, everyone can enjoy those. But we're going to do a couple get to know you questions, a rapid fire here, and before we dive into it. So, which of the Empyrean books is your favorite?
Ooh, Fourth Wing, definitely the first one.
The OG. Yeah. Hard to go wrong with that one. Yeah. Do you have a favorite quote from the series?
I will not die today. But like I will not die today.
It's a good mantra.
Yeah.
It's a good mantra.
It is, yeah.
If you could be any of the side characters, really anyone besides Xaden and Violet, who would you be and why?
Imogen, because she is a complete badass.
Yes, she is. Yeah. And she has freaking awesome hair.
Yes. I miss having
awesome
hair.
And I really think we're going to see some Imogen Garrick romantic progression. And I am very hopeful for that. So today we will be revisiting the epigraph from Fourth Wing, chapter 19. So let me start by reading the 1-sentence summary of the chapter. Wing leader Xaden's shadows handle the unbonded before he and Violet have a serious discussion with their 3 dragons, discovering that Andarna is still a baby, and she channeled her gift to Violet directly, pausing time for a few moments. Okay, there are 6 minutes on the clock, and enough Fourth Wing lore that time as a construct begins to lose meaning. So, don't blink, don't scroll, don't let Taryn distract you. We have 360 seconds to blow your mind.
And go.
In response to the Great War, dragons claimed the western lands and gryphons the central ones, abandoning the Barrens and the memory of General Daramor, who nearly destroyed the continent with his army. Our allies sailed home, and we began a period of peace and prosperity as the provinces of Navarre united for the first time behind the safety of our wards, under the protection of the first bonded riders. Navarre, an Unedited History, by Colonel Lewis Markham. So what stood out to you about this epigraph?
General Daramor he's only mentioned in the whole series, I think 3 times by name. And I don't think he's mentioned at all in Onyx Storm. So, and I think there's a part where Andarna's reading, is it the Fables of the Barrens, maybe?
The Fables?
Yeah, and she's talking about the 6 original riders and General Daramor being the noted enemy. Now, we know that Markham talks a load of BS a lot of the time.
So it is not unedited.
So, it coming from Markham, where does General Daramor come from? Like, being a general, that would say he comes from Basgiath. Not necessarily anywhere else.
Well, this is something that we've been talking about because you know who else is known as a general?
Go on.
Taryn. So we know that Berwyn calls himself a general. So there's Venin generals. We know that, I mean, I assume that many of the ranks for Poromil are the same, as they are kind of in the way that the military is set up in Navarre. But even Taryn says that he's a general among dragons. Like he says that line that like a general can recognize another general and he's their general, something like that. So I don't know that this epigraph tells us if this General Daramor was a human, was a Venin, was a dragon, was maybe even not even from the continent, potentially.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and you know, Markham's in here being like, "I'm unedited. This is the history. Oh, by the way, we're erasing General Daramor from history."
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, the hypocrisy of Markham is insane.
The thing that I like about that bit at the end as well is he says all dragon kind. So all dragon kind have left the Barrens. Okay. Where do you know when we meet the Irids? Doesn't somebody say that you can see the cliffs of Draylor from the isles that they were on?
I think they said if we flew 2 days directly northeast, we'd be at the cliffs of Draylor, I think is what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's definitely...
I didn't catch that. What?
I wondered how far the Barrens were from the cliffs of Draylor. It's on the map.
Yeah, so Poromil is in between, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if the idea that the Ears were living in the Barrens and then flew east.
Yeah.
To the Isles.
They would fly west. I don't know. This is confusing, but they would fly into the ocean. Because the Emerald Ocean, the Emerald Sea is to the west, the Western Sea. The Isles are to the south and the west.
South and the west.
I think that becomes relevant later. But it's interesting, like, why, knowing what I read in the summary of the chapter, why is this the epigraph that goes with that chapter? I think you had said something along those lines earlier.
Yeah.
What's your take?
So in that chapter, you see two things, don't you? You see Violet's being attacked by the Unbonded, and then we go and we meet Andana and we find out that she's a juvenile. And they're those two very strong things that happen in that chapter. With the Unbonded, you guys know about my Warwick theory, and where he's like the Codex, the start of the Codex, and this is how we follow the rules and that sort of thing. And I wonder whether there's like this other faction within Basgiath. So you've got your Venin baddies, and then you've got your Basgiath baddies who maybe like I can't remember his name. Panchek. So he's in
and whoever sent the assassins after Violet.
Say again, sorry?
Oh, and whoever sent the assassins after Violet.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Iron Flame. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think that the Irids, so the Irids were erased from whatever Markham wrote? Like, I don't think that the dragons claiming the Western lands excludes Irids. So,
but also there is
that is our time.
There is Warwick's journal as well. They're cut out of Warwick's journal, aren't they? Because Lyra says that there's 7 dragonkind, whereas Warwick only says there's 6. So it goes all the way back to the original 6, the journals of the original 6.
Yep. Well, that is our time. Let us know, did we blow your mind? Drop us a comment. And remember, we love you. Stay out of the clouds, off the ice, and come back to us. Thank you for joining us, Hayley, and we'll see you all next time.
See you next time.
Remember, lore lovers, fantasy fanatics, and good girls, like, rate, review, subscribe, and share.